Carling, devoted to SPL football on ESPN.
Hello and welcome to our Clydesdale Bank Premier League review of season 2010-2011. It'll be a season remembered for many of the wrong reasons. But let's not forget there was plenty of on-the-pitch drama too, and we witnessed an enthralling title race that went to the very last day. We start at the start. Remember August? Seems like a long time ago. Champions Rangers unfurled the league flag and got off to a winning start against Kilmarnock. Stephen Naismith getting the decisive goal against his old club. Aberdeen thumped Hamilton 4-0 at Pittodrie, thanks to new skipper Paul Hartley's hat-trick off penalty. Newly promoted Inverness welcomed Celtic to the Highlands in their first game back amongst the big boys. And Terry Butcher's side didn't make it easy for the Hoops.
Monroe won that. Lee Cox up against Scott Brown, and both of those like to put it about. Sean Maloney's onside here and fails to score. And that really could have settled Celtic down. Paddy McCourt well wide.
I'm sure he's onside here. I'm sure the linesman gets it right. Samaras controls it, and he is onside, and he sets himself so well here, gets a great strike on it, but he can't find the target, can't find the back of the net.
Sean Maloney looking to make it happen for Celtic, and he has looked their best bet in that respect. Paddy McCourt. This is typically Maisie from Paddy McCourt, and he fires Celtic in front on the opening day. That's more like it for Neil Lennon.
Well, no wonder Neil Lennon is celebrating. He was determined to give McCourt his chance. He thought he wasn't fit enough, hasn't made enough of an impact over the last couple of years. But this is absolute quality. We know he's capable of it. He takes on defenders, one after the other. Can he get the shot away? He does. Completely wrong foots Essen. But this is McCourt at his best, driving towards defenders in the last third, and that is a terrific finish. What a difference a breakthrough goal makes. McCourt has done nothing this afternoon, but that has lit up this match.
Forrest now. So unlucky off the bar. Juarez reacting, but Essen stops that.
ESPN's first live match of the campaign was at Fir Park, as Motherwell took on Hibs. We didn't quite get a repeat of the 6-6 thriller from a few months earlier, but there was no shortage of goals in this one.
Wants to claim the goal. Well, it has been pretty much a dominant Motherwell start, and that's not close enough to stop the crossing. We were just talking about John Sutton's start to this match. He has been a handful. He should be a handful. That is his job.
Briarden for Bamba, and Stokes, the equaliser. Anthony Stokes, who scored 21 goals in the SPL last season. On target here. It's cruel as far as Motherwell are concerned. 1-1.
Well, it's all about the ball in, and it's Sol Bamba that makes it a real nuisance of himself. There's nobody offside. He's all over. I think it's Saunders he's all over at the back post there, but he just does enough. Doesn't give anybody a free header. And there's the poacher, supreme for Hibs, Anthony Stokes, who's hardly had a kick in this first half. A yard and a half out.
Riordan. And Stokes gives it back to Derek Riordan. It's one way to do it. And, oh, it's Hanlon! Appeals for handball, but the goal stands.
Well, we've been praising the goalkeeper, but this will be his first mistake in the SPL. It's a big one. Now, it certainly looks as if it comes off Hanlon's hand. He looks to get the head on it first. He doesn't get a clear header on it. Doesn't roll down the right arm. It's a bit of a mishmash, isn't it? It certainly looked as if it taken a bit of contact in the arm, but nobody spotted it.
Riordan. And this is better again from Hibs. It's Liam Miller on target, and it might just put the seal on an opening weekend victory for Hibernian.
This is what Hibs are all about when they're in the stride, passing, moving, stretching teams. They didn't do it in the first half. They didn't really get going, but Motherwell didn't make them pay. And this is good movement here. He gets in, he looks up, he had 3 or 4 options, but he thought, no, I fancy it myself. The angle's against him, and it's a finish of a player who has played at a higher level, who doesn't panic when he gets in there. And it's probably too close to the goalkeeper, he can't get down.
And there was a yellow card for that celebration. Saunders to take the throw, looking for options. Doesn't see too many at the minute. Blackman having just come on, the referee points to the spot.
Yeah, it's a tug from Nish. It's a little tug from Nish, just about to clear it. It's a needless, that's what he's saying. He spotted it. The arm just come out, just as about to clear it.
Jamie Murphy to haul Motherwell back into the game. 3-2 now, and still plenty of time.
Colin Nish better hope that Hibs get the 3 points in this game, because that was a really foolish thing to do. A little calm and composed penalty from Murphy. No pressure. Lets the keeper go before he strikes. Always looking in front of him. Just looks at the ball right at the last minute.
Hamilton were on the receiving end of another 4-0 hammering in week 2. This time at home to Hearts, as youngsters David Templeton and Callum Elliott stole the show. Aberdeen made it 2 wins out of 2 in Perth, promising early signs for the Dons. Inverness hit 4 against Dundee United at Tannadice to lay down their SPL marker. Youngster James Forrest and South Korean midfield player Ki Sung-yong were on target as Neil beat Danny in the Battle of Lennons at Parkhead. Friendly handshakes were quickly forgotten at Easter Road as Hibs and Rangers got down to battle, and Kenny Miller left his old stomping ground with a special souvenir in the shape of the match ball.
Yes, very unlike a Hibs Rangers game. Could be more like it now, though. Hanlon's cross. Riordan closing in. But it sticks with McGregor. And there's a squabble here between Riordan and McGregor, which Ian Bryans will have to sort out.
Well, I've got to say, McGregor's reaction there is ridiculous. This ball from Hanlon's a good one. It's into the danger area. Riordan's just trying to slide, trying to get onto it. Now that reaction there from McGregor is absurd. Trying to get Riordan into trouble. There's nothing in that at all. Both of them come together. And that reaction from McGregor is embarrassing, completely embarrassing.
And there's a yellow card for both. Bamba slipped. Kenny Miller. That's surely a foul by Kyle Lafferty. Miller. And Lafferty's going to get a yellow card here, and it's all kicking off again. Kyle Lafferty. Too often at the centre of skirmishes. There's not been much football played in this first half, but there have been two major flashpoints now, and I wonder what the punishment will be for Kyle Lafferty.
Lafferty here, right over the ball. That's dangerous. And then McBride there, deliberately slamming it into the back of Lafferty. That creates a flashpoint. You cannot blame Ian Brines for trying to keep a lid on this. That's reckless and dangerous. That's just sheer stupidity.
It's just going to be a red, I think. He's dropped it. It is a red card for Kyle Lafferty. And his bad boy reputation just will not go away because he never, ever seems to help himself. Lafferty is sent off, and McBride has also been given a red card here. In an extraordinary end of the half, Kevin McBride sent off for Hibs as well. Papac. Edu. Miller. Papac. And the deflection. And then it came off Hogg. BT now. Kenny Miller! The champions are in front. Vladimir Weiss. Davis. Weiss again. Miller again. Incisive and decisive. Naismith. Davis could give Kenny Miller the chance of a hat-trick. Only one thing on his mind. Kenny Miller is the hat-trick hero. Rangers came good in the second half here. Really, really good.
Rangers had to come from behind after a stunning Danny Granger strike at Ibrox. Their fans would soon become accustomed to that particular plot. Danny Lennon got his first win as St Mirren boss, with Craig Dargo netting the only goal at home to Hibs. An SPL first on ESPN at Fir Park. Big Brother was watching. A camera in the dressing room has now turned into a regular feature in Scotland's top flight. Celtic were looking to bounce back at Motherwell after a midweek Euro humbling in Holland.
Here goes young James Forrest for Celtic. What a chance! Oh, it's a brilliant save by Randolph in the Motherwell goal. Now, away goes Maloney. Nobody picking him up. Saunders crashing back into the challenge, and Dougie McDonald points to the spot. And the card is coming out as well. Stephen Saunders is shown red, preventing a clear-cut goal-scoring opportunity, and it's a penalty for Celtic.
Well, he does really well here, Maloney. It's a penalty kick.
Darryl Murphy, who grew up in Ireland, supporting Celtic in his first start wearing the hoops. He converts from the spot. It's the all-important breakthrough.
Well, cool and calculated, calm and composed, relieves the pressure, no panic, waits in the keeper, Randolph going the wrong way in front of the Celtic fans.
So, after only 3 games, the league table already had an all-too-familiar look about it. So, that was August, and that's all for part 1. Coming up next, we'll be treated to a thriller at Pittodrie and the lowdown on the SPL new boys. Welcome back to our review of the Clydesdale Bank Premier League season. Our story takes us to September. Celtic supporting superstars Rod Stewart and Billy Connolly were at Parkhead to see a super solo goal from Northern Ireland international Paddy McCourt as the Hoops cruised to victory against Hearts. Rangers made the short trip down the M74 to take on Hamilton.
Here goes Kyle Lafferty. appears to be in the mood. Lafferty for Rangers. Perfect ball onto the head of Yelovich. In his first Rangers start, he delivers for Walter Smith.
Now sometimes when this fella gets his head down and runs, you think, goodness me, where's he going and what's he going to do? But what a beautiful ball, he stands up here. And he doesn't have to do anything, Yelovich. All he does is he just sits off the back of Simon Mensing in that little pocket and says, thank you very much. He should miss from there, he doesn't miss from there, but it's all about the cross. Perfect start, great finish.
It's Flavio Paixão, and it's opening up here for Aki's. Marco Paixão! And it's come off Bugera. The equaliser for Hamilton. Rangers exposed at the back.
You know, I think it was actually Bugera initially with a very, very soft challenge when he stepped out. And then just to add to his misery, he scores the own goal as well. But once a centre-half steps out into midfield, and I think it was against Rousley, who's only a little lad, he's got to clean him out there. It was a soft challenge, and then he was always on the back foot.
Marco Paixão trying to claim it, but certainly there was a touch off Bugera. High into the air off the boot of Bugera. Yelovich. Canning. And straight to McCulloch. And Kenny Miller might be in here. Miller! And Cherny tries to take the weight off it. But Kenny Miller has scored for the fourth successive match as a Rangers player to start the SPL season.
That's a poor header, brilliant play from McCulloch, who anticipates it, and Cherny's very, very unlucky because he gets his fingers on it. But once Miller gets in behind with his pace, the only one question you've got about him over the years, can he keep his composure? There's your answer, and that looks like the 3 points are going back to Ibrox.
Inverness seems a bit like the other side of the world to those used to travelling along the Central Belt. One man who has certainly found a happy home there is Terry Butcher. He welcomed ESPN to the north before his side's game against Hearts.
Once you're up here, it is a brilliant place to live. It's fantastic. It's you know, it's everything that you want a football club to be. You know, it's very much at heart with the community. Lots of backing from the locals as well. You know, great support from them on and off the pitch, and you know, the players, you know, find once they come here they really enjoy it. But you know, when they've got to uproot in a way and come to Inverness, it's, you know, oh my God, it's like the end of the world. But it's only like 2 or 3 hours away from where they normally live anyway. I've been all around the world and played and managed and that sort of thing, but I don't think you get a more beautiful setting. I've got a lovely little miniature schnauzer called Fritz. Rita and I walk him around the hills. It's fantastic walks around here. We love it, and some good pubs as well. So as long as there's a pub at the end of the walk, I'm quite happy. That's Proctor. He's at a party, so we thought he'd go as me. Everybody has their own job, but everybody gets on so well. There's a real happy atmosphere at the club, and you know, that you know, in stark contrast really to last year, because last year it was all gloom and doom. You know, a lot of people leaving the club, and you know, we felt, you know, very, very much for those that had left the club, and a lot of the people at the club still took wage cuts as well. So it wasn't a great environment. It was amazing how that made everybody tighter. Everybody fitted in really well. Everybody worked harder for each other and for the club, and you know, we built up this sort of family atmosphere, and this real spirit was not only evident in the dressing room but also at the club itself. So when you walked through the door, everybody was happy or happier, and you know, but that took a bit of time to get that going. You know, the whole city gets a nice sort of feedback from us having success in football. So yeah, you do feel it, and it's amazing. You know, I've been in the city now about 18, 19, 20 months, and you get a good feeling for the city as well when you go around, because you know, people will know who you are and they'll say nice things to you and cheer you on, all that sort of thing. Even though we got relegated, there was no hostility or anything like that. You know, they just said good luck next year, make sure we get back, and all the very best and things like this. And consequently, when we do well and win things and do well, then you know, people don't get carried away. So it's quite level-headed when it comes to football in Inverness. Players are a joy to work with. Sometimes you've got to whip them, not literally, but sometimes you've got to whip them. Sometimes you've got to praise them, but they're wonderful. They've all matured together. I mean, last season was great. We kept the core together. for this season. Added some great newcomers to the team, and it mixes very well. And you know, it's going to be enjoyable this year. That's the thing, that we wanted it to be enjoyable. There's going to be times when we're going to be up. There's going to be times when we're going to be down. But we're learning all the time and enjoying the process.
Ross. And chance for Cali Thistle to get men up there, and Odiambo, he's through here. Eric Odiambo! He finishes with aplomb. Templeton with the delivery, and there is the equaliser. And Kevin Kyle right on cue for Jim Jeffries. It's Callum Elliott. It's the break of the ball. Kyle to reach for that one. Stevenson! Hearts take the lead to the delight of Jim Jeffries. Here is Suso Santana. It's another goal for Hearts. And it's finished off by Callum Elliott.
Later that day, Rangers comfortably dismissed Dundee United at Ibrox. It was up to Celtic to match the champions and maintain their 100% record at Rugby Park.
Forrester now for Eremenko, who skips past Kyle. He's made quite an impression already. And here's Connor Salmon! A dream start for Kilmarnock. Connor Salmon, Celtic fan, scores against the team of his dreams.
Well, Salmon scores the goal, but it's made here with a bit of fantastic play in the middle with Eremenko. And Lubens is sleeping. He turns his back on his immediate opponent. Look at Lubens, turns his back there. Salmon makes the move across him, and he's completely lost. And from there on in, it's all about composure.
Now Maloney. Ledley, Stokes, penalty. Fraser Wright with a challenge, and Celtic have a penalty.
Well, once again, I think Craig Thompson has called this right. When the ball's played into Stokes here, he opens his body to shape for the shot, and Wright just takes him out of it.
Daryl Murphy then scores superbly. Did so from the spots at Motherwell recently, and he's hauled Celtic level in the first half here.
Yeah, he handles the pressure of the penalty kick really well, Murphy, because that's the second time he scored. It's a very slow run up, but right into the corner, sends Cammy Bell the wrong way.
Zaguirre, Maloney, Zaguirre again, and Anthony Stokes poaches a goal. His first for Celtic. They've had to dig deep at Rugby Park, but they've turned this game around.
Well, for the first time in the match, they get in a teasing cross. It's a wonderful cross from Zaguirre. Well set up by Maloney, and he fires this right into the danger area. Kelly claiming for offside, but Stokes, as he so often is, right at the business end of the park, inside that 6-yard box, just gets on the end of it. I think he times his run to perfection here and just guides it into the net.
John Hughes was already under pressure before September was out. This defeat at the hands of his old club Celtic in week 6 of the SPL was hardly a shock, but it did nothing to help the manager's plight. When Aberdeen take on Rangers at Pittodrie, you can usually expect fireworks. This encounter was no different.
That's a little loose from McArdle. It's given Foley a problem. Kenny Miller, though, unable to retain it. Chris Maguire now. Flag stays down. Scott Vernon continues his scoring spree. Aberdeen have got trouble in store for Rangers yet again.
I'll tell you what, there's a fair bit of composure in that finish. Excellent from Maguire to receive it, but he turns immediately. Gets the break of the ball volley. There's Maguire on the turn. The pass is on. Bugera wants to step out. The linesman's got it right. He is onside, but absolute composure. Very cool, one-on-one with McGregor, and he just passes it into the corner. Excellent finish.
Vernon, Mackie, Aberdeen threatening. It's a lovely ball for Maguire! 2-0 Aberdeen! Once again, they are raising their game against Rangers and some.
What a wonderful cross from Darren Mackie. We're talking about him defensively, but look at him here. He picks the ball up on the left. No one is expecting a left foot cross here. The only one who's looking for it is Maguire. He's the only one on the move inside the box, and he gets on the end of it. There's enough pace in that cross from Mackie. He just guides it towards goal.
Jelavic shrugging off Eiffel. Vladimir Weiss, very direct, and that's a penalty. And Rangers have the chance to respond straight away, and Sander Diamond got a bit involved then, I think. And what is Willie Collum going to do here, because it's all kicking off? And the assistant referees are over to try and keep order as well.
Well, it's a clear penalty. He's got this right. Weiss, look at Collum's position. Eiffel makes the challenge. It is a penalty, but I think it's what happened once he's down. You look at Diamond, there's the push.
Naismith and Diamond look like they're both going to get a yellow card. And this is the man you'd want to be stepping up for this. It's Kenny Miller. He has scored in every SPL game so far this season. And Rangers are right back in this gripping game.
Never in doubt, Kenny Miller in top form. And look at the encroachment there from both sets, but it's in the back of the net. That's the important thing. Right down the middle, allowing Jamie Langfield to dive. Clever penalty.
Chris Maguire is going to be punished for that challenge on Kurt Broadfoot.
When you see the way the ball bounces here, Broadfoot absolutely makes sure that the referee sees it, but it's on his left foot rather than his right.
Naismith now. Never quite had it under control. Cardle stumbled though, and now Stephen Davis heading towards goal, and Miller! Kenny Miller seizes the moment, and he is the man of the moment. That's 10 goals already this season, and Rangers have responded remarkably.
Well, the finishing is absolutely superb, but look at the service he's getting. Once this pass goes to Davis, Miller knows exactly what to do, biding his time, waiting for that cross to come to him, and he's very happy to take it first time. Gets a tight ankle on it, a lot of power in that side foot, and guides it high into the net.
McCulloch, Jelavic was offside, but Naismith wasn't. Stephen Naismith unselfishly for Jelavic. He gets in on the act. A terrific turnaround for the champions this. From 2-0 down to 3-2 up. This is what they're made of.
Well, I think that all stemmed from the fact that Langfield had no one to hit. And eventually, once he did kick it, it's a poor one because they lose possession right away. And when that is played on to Naismith, Miller's offside, but he's not interfering with play. Jelavic is the one who gets up in support, and he's the one that's got the simplest of finishes. McCulloch just helps into the danger area. Naismith is onside, very unselfish, making sure that they get the goal. He's not going for the one-on-one.
Sander Diamond's mistake. Naismith tearing away again, and Maguire is going to be off here. It's a second yellow card for Chris Maguire, and he sees red.
I really don't think he can complain. When Xander Diamond gives the ball away here, Rangers are on the rack. Maguire's trying to get back, but he's nowhere near the ball there.
What a comeback, and what a run Kenny Miller was on. 10 goals in the first 6 SPL matches.
It's Kenny Miller again. Kenny Miller! And Miller! Kenny Miller seizes the moment, and he is the man of the moment.
So Kenny Miller, top of the scoring charts. There wasn't even a goal between the old firm at the top of the table. The Saints, both of them, were sinning at the bottom. That's all from part 2 in our look back at all things SPL. Coming up, a bear with a sore head over Leithway. And at Tannadice comes a moment that no one who saw it will forget for some time. Plus the much anticipated first Old Firm match of the season. Welcome back to our review of the best action from the Clydesdale Bank Premier League. We look back at October in this part. Defeat at St Johnstone was the end of the line for John Hughes at Hibs. The Easter Road faithful could bear no more of Yogi, and he was the SPL's first managerial casualty. Another boss, Mark McGee at Aberdeen, didn't have his troubles to seek either. McGee's players weren't helping his case. There was a first of the season at Tynecastle, a Rangers game in the SPL without a Kenny Miller goal. His teammates obliged on this occasion, eventually, in what was a thrilling tussle in Gorgie.
Kyle, lovely header on, and Rudy Sketchel, he has to score, and his first start, and this is second spell, with Hartman loading it. Greg Thompson tries to curl it in, and Kevin Kyle. Oh, that's one you'd love to have back. It's going to be Kyle Lafferty! There's the inspiration! Kyle, it's deftly done. Stevenson, who should give Hearts a bit of attacking thrust from that midfield position. Craig Thompson, Kevin Kyle! So near. Here's Bugera. And Davis!
Saved it.
Well, Marian Kello throwing himself at the ball and coming up trumps for Hearts.
I'll tell you what, that might be save of the season, that one this season. Really, how he stretched that left arm out, got a fingertip on it, that's all it was.
Well, here's Naismith, and still Stephen Naismith! Fabulous goal! And in all likelihood, a match-winning goal from Stephen Naismith. He has delivered again for Walter Smith and Rangers.
October the 17th, 2010. A day on Tayside and a chain of events that spawned millions of column inches and kept the country's headline writers busy. It led to one man's resignation and another taking early retirement.
Hooper waiting! That's what he does! Gary Hooper gives the Hoops an early lead at Tannadice.
Well, you give this guy service into the box like that, he'll get on the end of things and he will finish. this is wonderful play in the right-hand side. First of all from Stokes. So receiving the ball, playing Mark Wilson in. How's this for a cross? He's onside, but right between the last defender and the goalkeeper. A horrible position for any defender to get into.
Good Willie. Deflected in. Dundee United are level. David Goodwillie scores for the 4th match running, with the need of some assistance en route.
Well, Masterovic has just ran to Dougie McDonald. He's claiming for a foul. I think it was there, but once Goodwillie gets the ball, a bit like Anthony Stokes, only one thing in his mind, getting the shot away.
Aguirre, Samaras, Hooper! It is a penalty for Celtic, as Purdy's made the challenge. Dundee United protest to Dougie McDonald.
Well, United players are absolutely furious. Hooper gets the touch there, and I think Dougie McDonald is waiting for the advantage here. He can't get the advantage. He wants to get a shot away. There's the dive, he takes him out. Oh, he's changed his mind. He's saying it's a drop ball.
Well, this is extraordinary. Leo Lennon and Alan Thompson watch on. He's explaining to Sean Maloney, the Celtic captain here.
Well, what is clear is that Dougie McDonald gave the penalty. So who's in charge here? He's taking a bit of advice from his linesman. What has he said to him?
Stephen Craven is his assistant. They exchange words, and it looks like it won't be a penalty after all, and Neil Lennon is raging. Celtic mystified by this. The 4th official getting an ear bashing, so it's a drop ball to resume. Some will consider that quite brave, but Dougie McDonald to change his mind in the circumstances, especially when the old firm were involved.
Well, I think he's made a mess of it.
McCourt's cross comes off Dillon. It's given Purtis upon them. Stokes! Stopped by Dixon. Wilson. Samaras. Another handball. Shout. And it's crept in, and Hooper looks like he got a touch on that. What a big goal! What a massive goal! Celtic may yet maintain their 100% record on a controversial day at Tannadice.
Well, every single Celtic player running to that corner flag to salute their 2-goal hero. Hooper in the danger area. Pernas can't get that away. There's the block. Wonderful block. But the ball's still alive, it still comes in. Samaras looking for the header. The ball breaks to Hooper, and he just does enough.
So, played 8, won 8. That was the record for both Celtic and Rangers going into the first Old Firm derby of the season. Would either make it 9 in a row?
Edu's throw towards Lee McCulloch. Whittaker! Off the base of the post. Naismith blocked en route.
This came from a poor clearing header here from Mastorovic front post, and Stephen Whittaker's a fraction out there. And what a start we've had.
Whittaker. Davis. Now Key. Celtic probing with Juarez. Aguirre quickly out to him. It's Aguirre.
Well, he had Alan McGregor moving his feet, but I don't think it's ever a danger here.
Does he fancy this? He does, Key. But McGregor is there, as he often has been this season. Maurice Edu. the winner in an Old Firm game at Ibrox last season. Stephen Whittaker now, looking to make it happen. Having to go the long way around. McCulloch, wasteful.
Oh, he had it early. He's not going to get 2 touches. And it sat up nicely here for Lee McCulloch. He's only going to get 1 touch. He's trying to find that top right-hand corner.
Key again. Came off Lafferty. Gary Hooper scores! Right on the stroke of half-time. Hooper is the hero. And Celtic have the lead on Derby Day in Glasgow.
Hooper's control is terrific. Stephen Davis doesn't get off the post quickly enough to close him down. And 2 touches enough at the back post. Takes a big nick off Whittaker. Good control by Hooper. And as Davis comes off the post, well, he doesn't have much to hit.
Everybody jostling for position. David Weir took a tumble. Davis delivers, and it's off Lafferty and off Luvens, and it's a goal! Lafferty will claim it, goes down as an OG, but this is typical of Rangers. They have responded right at the start of the second half.
This is a horrible ball for Celtic to defend. I think it's Key who's deepest, and that's why the assistant kept his flag down. Final touch, I think, is off Luvens. Goalkeeper can't come for that into the mix.
Edu might just get to this. Mastorovic. Miller! Kenny Miller! He always has a say on Derby Day, and Rangers show their incredible powers of recovery again. Now they are in front at Celtic Park.
What a good touch this is from Naismith. Watch this pass here, first time. To put it back into the mix, Edu supplying the support. And what a finish that is from Kenny Miller. That's a wonderful pass here from Naismith to help it into the mix. And Kenny Miller's got time to have a look at where the Celtic goalkeeper is, and 1 touch was always going to be enough.
Forster's kick goes to Lafferty, troubled by the sun. Advantage played here. Miller was fouled. Edu looking for Davis. Miller back on his feet. Davis's cross may find its way to Miller. It did. And Broadfoot, and it's a penalty. Mastorovic, the offender, and a big call in this big game.
Oh, he's taking a dive, I'm afraid. And Willie Collins bought it.
Kenny Miller against Fraser Forster. It's in off the post. He is in the form of his life. Rangers extend their lead, but Celtic will feel rather hard done by.
Well, no goalkeeper saves that. There's good pace on it, he just opens his foot, but he really drills it. Terrific penalty.
The goal is required from the men in hoops. It's left for Key, and McGregor reacts.
That's a terrific save. A wonderful free kick. A great example of Alan McGregor's agility.
Hooper. Izagirre, dreadful. Samaras may get to it though. Hooper left it, and Joe Ledley.
It's a very decent effort. Samaras did well to get into the mix here. Hooper leaves it.
Colin Calderwood was the Hibernian board's choice to replace John Hughes. The new gaffer kicked off his Hibs career live on ESPN at Pittodrie.
Looking for a bit of respite. Good header by Vernon. Maguire, now Aluko. The charges on here. Sonny Aluko for Chris Maguire. Can he finish? There's the answer. Sticker trying to judge it. Maguire was almost in. Mackie and Vernon. And it's good in. On Bamba. Super ball to Aluko, foiled by Hogg. The spin of the ball favouring Maguire, and Vernon's there! Scott Vernon! Incisive play by Aluko, down he goes under the challenge of Hogg, and it's a penalty. And here is Hartley. It is 4 for Aberdeen. Hanlon has made himself available. Wasn't picked up by Aberdeen. And the header this time does go in. Colin Nish. Riordan. And it was a very effective lead, but Hibs have scored a second goal.
A week later, Rangers' 100% record had gone. Eric Odiambo cancelling out Maurice Edu's opener. Maybe we shouldn't have been surprised. Cally Thistle hadn't lost a league game on the travels since November 2009. Celtic looked to bounce back from that Old Firm defeat at St Johnstone, who they'd knocked out of the Cooperative Insurance Cup just days earlier.
St Johnstone were flat-footed. It's been turned in. Would you believe it? Niall McGinn. Samaras. Oh, it's up there with Izaguirre. 2-0. Emilio Izaguirre celebrates his first goal as a Celtic player. There's Cha. And will it be 3 this time? It's a second for McGinn. And a third for Celtic.
Bottom of the table, Kilmarnock went to Tynecastle in search of a much-needed win. They got it.
Robert Eremenko. And he's picked out Taul. Rue Miguel, the only man in the middle. Taul brings a superb save out of Killer. It's Hamill. And Fraser Wright with a terrific header. With seconds remaining in the first half at Tynecastle. Kilmarnock have the lead. Here's Connor Salmon now. This could clinch it. And that is a very tiny finish from Connor Salmon. Away by Palazuelos, but only to Eremenko. That is wonderful! A spectacular strike from Eremenko. And Kilmarnock are winning in style at Tynecastle.
So that win moved Killie off the foot of the table and provided a springboard for Mixu Patalainen and his team. Celtic trailed Rangers by a single point, and Motherwell were the best of the rest. Coming up in part 4 of our Clydesdale Bank Premier League review, Celtic on cloud 9, yet caught up in a Tynecastle storm.
Neil Lennon is told to get up to the stand.
Welcome back to our SPL review of the season. We're about to bring you the November action. Easter Road was the scene of the first Edinburgh derby of the campaign, an occasion Hearts boss Jim Jeffries relishes. Colin Calderwood was involved in his first capital clash.
Templeton making good progress here. Stephen Elliott up there with him. It opens up for Templeton. Wonderful goal. Hearts are first to show in the Edinburgh derby. Individual inspiration from David Templeton. Buzit's free kick towards Kyle. Templeton looking, and Stephen Elliott scores! In his first start for Hearts. And they are rubbing it in now. They are really rubbing it in. Derek Riordan now has made that challenge. He's off. Sums up a frustrating day, given the captain's armband, but shown a red card, and Kevin Kyle is sending him on his way.
The same day, St Mirren hosted Rangers, still leaders of the SPL pack.
McGowan, Davis, tangle of legs. Rangers still trying to find the rhythm. Papac. Enemy of ice. He could stop him. Well, finally, free kick it'll be, in a position of real menace. It's Stephen Davis. How close that was as Samson reached up. Davis thought it was going in.
It's all about guiding it. There's no great pace in the free kick. Just didn't quite get enough dip in it.
Got the heavy artillery forward here, and Samson, oh, he's made a mess of that. But wait a minute. Craig Thompson, right on the spot, says no.
There's no free kick there. Now you tell me where the free kick is there. And just what Craig Thompson has seen there is an absolute mystery.
It's Kenny Miller electing to pass rather than shoot. Whittaker. Looking to clatter it in. Now McCulloch's turn. And Naismith, it's like a pinball machine inside that area. And St Mirren survive the onslaught. Miller. Lafferty. Here's Whittaker. Davis and Lafferty! And it's an own goal!
Well, I think what happens here is Lafferty gets a little flick on this, and then he just sees it late. I can only assume he's just trying to nod it over the bar, which is always a bit risky.
Bounces off Bugera. Handball, despite the protestations of the St Mirren supporters. And Davis, wonderful play. It's Lafferty! Naismith was there, on the doorstep, and Rangers have a second.
Great little ball here from Davis, quick feet. St Mirren on the back foot, backing off, in trouble. Well, it has been a turnaround for Rangers, but St Mirren do feel a little bit aggrieved that they didn't get a possible handball from Bugera, but I've got to say, it looked a little bit like the shoulder to me.
McCulloch's clearance. Potter. Cosland. Oh, he's let Kenny Miller in, and you cannot do that! Milestone goal for Kenny Miller. It's his 50th league goal for Rangers.
You got to feel for the lad McCausland, because the own goal was a little bit unlucky because he saw it late, and I've been in that situation. Miller's finish was still exquisite. It was an excellent finish. It was poor defending from a lad that's just had a bad day at the office.
Travner, with him is Whittaker. And it comes off Davis, set for handball, penalty. Craig Thompson points to the spot, and a chance for St Mirren to open their account. Michael Higdon, St Mirren's top scorer this season, consummately converted.
Good away wins for Hearts and Rangers, but performance of the weekend went to Celtic, who became SPL record breakers.
Towards Hooper, and that's his hat-trick. I'm sure he'd be enjoying himself out there. Celtic are on cloud nine.
Mark McGee was now on borrowed time at Pittodrie. Following that 9-0 humbling, it was widely believed he'd be sacked, unless his side beat Inverness. In the event, the Dons lost, but McGee hung on. The following night came one of the shocks of the season. Colin Calderwood got his first win as Hibs boss, at Ibrox of all places, and in some style too. Not to be outdone by their city rivals, Hearts handed out their own capital punishment to the other half of the old firm.
Tapped by Scatchell to Ian Black for Hearts. And Black shot into deflection! And Hearts are in front! Daniel Majstorovic
been bright in this game. They have started brightly. They've hit the bar. They've put Celtic under a little bit of pressure, a fair bit of pressure. You've got to say they've only got one out here, Celtic. It's Hooper, and they go to sleep, and again a striker back in the defensive area. That's too easy. That is far too easy. Nobody gets out. Who's going to shut it down? And can Majstorovic get more on it? Well, probably. Does he duck away? Possibly. Has the keeper get a chance? Absolutely not.
Ian Black and Ledley with the error challenge. He's off.
Well, it was it's for being two-footed. That's what he's saying, two-footed. In all fairness, both of them go for the ball here. Neil Lennon furious, but Johan Mjalby furious. Of course the bench are going to be furious, but Joe Ledley went in with 2 feet. You can quite clearly, Craig Thompson, say that. That's a sending off. That is a sending off all day, every day. Absolutely no doubt one about it.
It's the first red card that Craig Thompson has dished out in the SPL for 12 months. Scatchell for 11-man Hearts. Templeton! Jim Jeffries punches the air with sheer delight. David Templeton, tail end of the move, icy cool. 2 goals to the good.
Well, just about to make the change because of the sending off. They're getting a real mismatch here. I think it's Sean Maloney trying to be absolutely far too clever in an area where he should never be, giving the ball away absolutely needlessly. Now, Scatchell's got the experience, he's got the composure not to be selfish and think I'm going to go on my own, because he's got Templeton and absolutely acres of space at the back post.
Celtic try to open their account. Hooper, and big shout there.
Well, look like an arm from Stevenson, that's for sure, and some loud shouts. Well, certainly a handball, arms in there. Well, he's no need to have it up there. He pats it away with the arm. That's a penalty kick for me.
Stephen McLean is the 4th official. Letting Craig Thompson know what he saw. Neil Lennon is told to get up to the stand. Jim Jeffries already there, serving a touchline ban. Well, he's incandescent here, the Celtic manager. It's not been a pretty night for the Parkhead club here in the capital.
On the back of that Tynecastle defeat, Celtic went to New St Mirren Park as the Lennons came head-to-head again. Neil Lennon had to wait until the last 2 seconds for the desired result.
Maloney with it, and Stokes with a header. Couldn't quite place it on the target. Here's McGinn. And Murphy's header, wrong side of the post. It's Maloney, he's kicked it a bit too far forward for his own good. McCourt. All hands on deck for St Mirren. Paddy McCourt, and it must be! Hooper, right place, right time. What scenes of delight in the Celtic camp.
I think you've got it.
Izagiri, and there it is, full time. It's the Celtic Lake Show.
Kilmarnock played host to Rangers with their Celtic supporting striker Connor Salmon in superb form. The Ayrshire side had won 3 out of their previous 4.
Tyson, and support from Ben Gordon. He has options. Yeremenko, one of them. And Yeremenko for Liam Kelly. And it's Salmon who finishes it off for Kilmarnock. Oh, and Miller's gone down inside the box. And the referee, Ewan Norris, goes over towards Sissoko, shows him the yellow card. And just like that, Rangers have an opportunity to get themselves back into the game.
There's no point the keeper giving that to Hamill there. It's a certain penalty. But there's no point the keeper, because he can see the whole picture in front of him, giving it to Hamill.
Kenny Miller missed from the spot last week against Aberdeen. But this time Miller converts. And Rangers are on terms at Rugby Park. It's Kyle Lafferty wriggling. Sissoko was covering, and the referee points to the spot. Sissoko with a grab on the shirt of Kyle Lafferty. It's a second penalty in this match for Rangers.
Well, it gets far too tight here, Sissoko to Lafferty, and you know, you have no complaints when you see that.
And it's the long, lonely walk off the pitch for Mamadou Sissoko. Second bookable offence. So Kenny Miller, for the second time in this game, to try to beat Cammy Bell. And Miller for Rangers takes the high road. Not for the first time this season. Rangers have come from behind to take the lead. In midweek, Kenny Miller will hope to end his Champions League drought. Hasn't scored in his last 14 matches in the UEFA Champions League for Rangers and Celtic. Yarmolenko, Hamill, and Salmon plunders again! There is no stopping Connor Salmon! Naismith. Whittaker. Skinning Yarmolenko. And Kenny Miller doesn't miss from there.
Celtic conceded a late equaliser at home to Dundee United. Revenge for Peter Houston and his men for losing to that Gary Hooper injury time winner at Tannadice 4 weeks earlier. After weeks of headlines, Scottish referees had decided they had had enough. They voted for strike action, claiming their integrity had been called into question. And after much negotiating, the SFA finally found willing replacements from Israel, Malta and Luxembourg. Alan Hammer took charge at Celtic Park, and the Hoops were dealt a hammer blow by Terry Butchers Inverness. Pally Thistle came back from 2 down, and this Parkhead point meant the Highlanders had gone a full calendar year undefeated away from home on league duty. The axe finally fell on Mark McGee. This defeat took Kilmarnock the last of his tenure. The Dons had won just once since August and now sat bottom of the table. The following day, the snow claimed its first victims. At Tannadice, Dundee United against Rangers was off, so too Motherwell against Hearts. Despite their call-off, Rangers remained top at the end of November with a 2-point cushion and a game in hand over Celtic. Aberdeen's perilous position was abundantly clear. Hamilton just slightly worse off. Coming up in part 5 of our look back at the 2010-2011 SPL season. A winter wipeout as freezing weather takes hold. Celtic learn to win at home again. And Rangers are given a couple of Christmas presents from Motherwell. Welcome back to our review of the 2010-2011 Clydesdale Bank Premier League season. The entire card was wiped out in the first week of December. We managed to get 3 games on the following week. Craig Brown watched at Tynecastle as he wasn't to be unveiled as Aberdeen manager for a couple of days. Hearts' 5-0 win against the Dons gave him an idea of the task he faced. In-form Inverness took on Rangers in the Highlands as Walter Smith's side attempted to extend their lead over an idle Celtic at the top.
Odiambo, and he's picked out Rooney. Big chance this, but McGregor proved to be a formidable barrier and recovered to snatch it too.
It's a big chance, but it's also a big save. So often we see Alan McGregor doing this. The touch, I think he could have got the shot away just half a second earlier. That just gave McGregor the chance to close down the angle.
Hayes and Duff on a raid now. What a tremendous effort! That is breathtaking! A wonder goal to beat them all from Johnny Hayes, and Inverness have the lead against Rangers.
Look at the work here at Duff. His work on the outside gives Hayes the opportunity to drive forward, gives him more of a yardage, get close, and he strikes it so well.
Davis. Kenny Miller! Isn't that just typical? That's 20 goals now, and counting and counting and counting for Kenny Miller, who rescues Rangers.
He's just waiting for an opportunity here, not going forward. Just takes a step back, one-touch control, and there's that ruthlessness. On his right foot this time, finds the angle, perfect angle.
Rooney. Hayes recovered. But Davis has wrestled it back. Beattie. It's given. A penalty for Rangers. And the chance to go ahead.
Well, you see here the pass from Davis, right into the path of Beattie. He's looking for it, it's a soft one, but Callum Murray buys it. You see the hands go on, and that's what he's bought. Duff, 2 hands on the body, and that is what Callum Murray has seen. Vital penalty.
And Rangers have got the man taking this penalty who they'd want taking it. Kenny Miller made it 1-1 with a fabulous finish. He's a bit closer in now. Rangers have had to dig deep again. It is Kenny Miller, and it's a fabulous save from Essen. Left his leg there, and Inverness will feel that justice has been done.
How big is that for Cali Thistle?
Another week, another weekend of postponements. Just 2 games went ahead on the 18th of December. Hearts had won 6 league games on the spin. Inverness were unbeaten on the road for over a year. Something had to give, and it was Hearts' winning run as Cali Thistle left the capital with a point. The temperature at Celtic Park plummeted to -20 as Neil Lennon's side drew their 3rd home fixture on the bounce. Connor Salmon, who netted Killy's opener, scored 15 SPL goals for the club before Christmas, earning him a move to Wigan in the January transfer window. On Boxing Day, Celtic were on the verge of dropping 2 more home points until they found a couple of soulmates. South Koreans Cha Do-ri and Ki Sung-yong netted the goals in injury time to get the 2-0 win the Hoops so badly needed. That very same day, the ESPN cameras were at Motherwell. Caretaker Gordon Young was in charge as the Fir Park club sought a replacement for Craig Brown.
Here's Kenny Miller, racing in here for Rangers, and Randolph to the rescue, but it's Naismith. And off the line, Mark Reynolds was back there somehow. Motherwell survived.
Just look at this for a pass through from Whittaker, outside the right peg. Beautiful ball. And the pace of Miller, taking it past Reynolds. Good goalkeeping as well, though. And Naismith does really well to rise above Craigan.
Bugera did his job, Naismith. Back to Majid Bugera, they're queuing up here. And it's Kenny Miller! Miller time on Boxing Day. Taken by Weiss. Ball's around, it's gone in! It's an own goal! Saunders was the player who got in the way. Belted forward by Foster. Scott Booth, what sort of early second-half pattern do you anticipate seeing?
Well, I think we have to say that Rangers were excellent in the first half. And I think they'd like to get right back into that pattern as quickly as possible, but of course Motherwell need to get this next goal.
Oh, it's Bugera and Sutton, and it has to be! Motherwell are back in it. Sutton, discomforting Majid Bugera. There's Davis, going one way then the other. Vladimir Weiss. Still Weiss for Rangers! It's a classy goal! McCulloch.
It's not the only one though, Derek. There's a lot of players in blue that look like they're really on their game, and that says a lot, having had games postponed and not played matches for a little while.
Bugera to go, just having words. Again, Weiss with the quickly taken free kick, and Kenny Miller, and it counts. Randolph can't believe it. Miller has scored his second, and Rangers fourth, and surely now Rangers have gift-wrapped maximum points on Boxing Day.
Just 3 days later, Motherwell visited Celtic Park. New manager Stuart McCall was in the stand as he took a look at his charges before officially moving in. Freddie Ljungberg was another interested spectator as he waited to sign on at Parkhead. Such was the fixture chaos at the time, but this was Celtic's fifth successive home match. Paddy McCourt gave them the win. Rangers' game at McDermott Park was called off. That victory for Celtic saw them go top by a point. Rangers had 2 games in hand. Hamilton were in trouble, and Craig Brown would have to turn things around quickly at Pittodrie. We're into 2011 next. We ring in the new year Edinburgh style, and there are fireworks at Ibrox too in the Old Firm derby. We're into the new year now in our look back at the SPL season. Edinburgh is famous worldwide for its New Year celebrations. There's nothing quite like a capital derby win to cure a Hogmanay hangover. One man who was certainly enjoying his time in the capital was Jambo striker Kevin Kyle.
How come I'm carrying all your toys? Daddy daycare. Life for a footballer in the SPL, making cups of tea. Don't get shy. Come on, mate. Max Engert will stick to the machine. Oh, it did. It's a happy place to come. I know I think the majority of people who work in any form, they don't love their work. But at the minute, Company Hearts, Hartland Maloney Football Club here at Rickerton is absolutely fantastic. You know what I mean? It's everybody's got high spirits, and it runs not just from the players, but everybody from like May there that's doing the cooking, getting everything ready. To Claire, who's helping use the media and stuff. Everybody's on a high now, and it's good for the club, and it's good for everybody involved. All right, I got nice to see you in time. I remember sitting there I think it was only my second day of training, and I was sitting on my own, and everybody else was sitting on their tables, and the staff table here was sitting, and the gaffer shouts, I think it was Loki or the gaffer shouted, "There's none of the boys introducing yourself," and I said, like, "Don't worry about it, gaffer." I says, "Get 2 weeks," I said, "I'll be running the place." And sure enough, that's what's happened. This is Andy Driver. The Hearts fans might remember him, I don't know. He's still alive. There's Ryan Stevenson pretending to be busy today, innit, for a game, that boy. All right, boys, busy, aye. I've got a big, huge smile on my face in football, and I absolutely love it, and I've got the love back for it, and you know, I think I can achieve a lot of things, and I just come in here and I be myself. I know a lot of the boys I read in the interviews and papers and things like that, and they're always saying he talks a lot of nonsense and we don't actually understand, and they're probably true, but I wouldn't change that for the world, you know. Even my little boy struggles to find out what I'm saying sometimes.
It opens up for Templeton! Hearts are first to show in the Edinburgh derby!
It was probably one of the best performances we put in all season. We just did not let Hibs get a minute on the ball, and we harassed them, and we scored some good goals, especially the one David Templeton scored, and from then we took massive confidence, and we kept our feet on the ground, but we slowly knew that if we could keep that level of intensity and performance up, then there was no reason why we couldn't go on and win most games that were coming up. I don't know how to describe it. It wasn't. I knew it was a derby, and I knew little bits about how much they hated each other. But until that game kicked off, and And especially when we scored the first goal and a couple of flares going in the park and looking back and seeing the fans, you know, I was thinking, wow, what a derby. And then, you know, after the game we got the bus back to the stadium and we got a police escort all the way from Easter Road right through Princess Street along to Tynecastle, and we had the Heart song on repeat in the bus. It's as if we'd won like a cup final or something, and you know, if only every game was like that.
Ian Black and Rudy Scatchell surveying the scene. It is Scatchell! And Brown reached up and tipped that, I think, onto the woodwork. Scatchell. Well, dazzling play. Novi Kovas now has come off the bench. And oh! Gary Glenn! The two substitutes combining. The table was set for Gary Glenn, who somehow contrived to miss. Vidas Novi Kovas. Dribbler. Well, here Novi Kovas. And Kieran Cole! With 4 minutes to go, Hearts get the goal in the Edinburgh derby that the play has merited.
Novi Kovas in a wide area, lovely ball. Great substitution, it has to be said, from Jim Jeffries to get the fresh legs on. Someone that can dribble, take it on by himself and deliver like that, but still a lot to do for Kevin Kyle. And this time Brown can't stop it from going in the net.
A strange thing happened in Perth on the 2nd of January. Inverness lost away from home. Having gone the entire year of 2010 without going down on the road in the league, they succumbed at St Johnstone just a day into 2011. An impeccable silence marked the 40th anniversary of the Ibrox disaster, as both clubs paid tribute to the 66 fans who tragically lost their lives in the Old Firm derby all those years ago. Rangers were much fancied to come out on top, as Neil Lennon was forced into making a few changes to his Celtic side in the second Glasgow derby of the season. His replacements did the manager proud.
Vice with the corner. Lee McCulloch's header. Almost giving Rangers an early lead. Davis tries.
Just gets the run to win the header at the front post here. Gets just enough on it. And Izagirre does really well at the back post to get up off the ground. So really awkward tight for him.
Paddy McCourt with a little bit of room in which to manoeuvre. And he slips it through here. And a very timely challenge indeed by McCulloch.
Bergera was well out of position here. Lee McCulloch drops in as we suggested. It's a terrific tackle. With his body shot, this is for a right-footed tackle, but he makes it with his left foot. And the timing is absolutely spot on.
Ness. McCulloch. Foster. Gave it away to Ledley. Samaras is chasing this, and McGregor's come way out. Giorgio Samaras scores for Celtic. Happy New Year to the men in hoops. They have the lead at Ibrox.
Very often the whipping boy. He's been terrific this afternoon. Alan McGregor, I'm afraid, has to hold his hands up. Why he commits there, I've no idea. Samaras always favourite to get there first. David Weir trying to make up the ground to get goal side, but can't close the angle on Samaras. The first touch is exquisite. Pretty small target from that angle, but it's a terrific finish.
Vice. Davis. McCulloch. Poked away by Mastorovic. Forrest now for Samaras. Trapped by Ness. Still going Samaras. Brought down, penalty Celtic!
don't think this is difficult for Craig Thompson at all here. Yeah, stonewall every day of the week. Love the little change of pace to get away from this initially, and he just shifted it as Bugera comes in.
A massive moment on Glasgow's day of days. It is Samaras. It is 2-0. He is the man of the moment. What a way to start a year for Celtic.
Well, goalkeepers just don't save them. It's a terrific penalty. He guesses right. Well, the ball just hits the side net, the inside of the side netting. That's how good the strike is. Just opens his foot on it at the very last moment. The perfect penalty.
Having pulled off a great win at Ibrox, Celtic went to Hamilton, who hadn't won at home all season. It was to be another controversial night involving match officials.
Hamilton Accies have taken the lead against Celtic. It's a red. He is sent off at the start of the second half. Playing for a penalty there. It's going to be a yellow card for a dive. Penalty is given for Celtic, and a card's coming out. It's a red card. Huge moment this. Anthony Stokes scores. And the flag is up. It's not going to count.
Celtic had to pick themselves up at Easter Road the following Saturday.
Two players slipping and sliding. That was classy by Kyle. And Hooper for Celtic.
Oh, great save. Great save. Brilliant play. Bet that's the best bit of play in the match by far. Mind you, that won't be difficult. Mark Brown saves the day.
Excellent stop by Mark Brown. And it had to be. And you've come to expect that Hooper will generally put them away from that sort of position. Pass, a measured ball. Stokes and Hooper this time. There it is. Gary Hooper back at the side and back on the score sheet. Kyle on from Israel, and big shot for a penalty. It's given. The errant challenge by Lewis Stevenson. Here is Stokes. Second goal for Celtic. Here's Aguirre. Here's Anthony Stokes. Brilliant. Second goal for Stokes against the team he used to play for.
With 9 wins from 10, including a 2-0 triumph over Celtic, Hearts played host to Rangers, with many believing a win could see them challenge the top 2.
And he's picked out Naismith. Jamie Ness moving ahead of him. Here he is. It's Ness, and it's saved by Kello. Saliukas. Elliott. Wallace. Scatchell ahead of him. Whittaker dived in. Wallace. No penalty, but here's Stephen Elliott, and here's Lee Wallace. Wallace has done really well here. Stephen Elliott waiting, and Ryan Stevenson has scored! That could well be a statement of intent in the race for the title. Hearts have the lead against Rangers.
Well, they were never going to go through 90 minutes and not have a shot on target. Scatchell looking for the penalty, and then he gets his shot away. And when this ball comes into the goal, Rangers are claiming for offside here. Elliott gets it away, but it's Whittaker on the right back position. He plays them on. You see Whittaker taking up that position. Stevenson getting right into the danger area and making it count. He takes 2 touches. His second one is absolutely vital.
Weiss. Davis. Fleck. Whittaker wanted that over on the right, but they're staying on the left for now with Weiss. Now Fleck. Naismith challenging. Jelavic! Off the bar and not over the line. Weiss! That's over and out. Extraordinary.
He's had absolutely nothing to work on, but look at this agility. Absolutely marvellous. Some of the Rangers players claiming that it crossed the line. Don't think it did. Hits the bar and comes down clearly out, but what an effort from Jelavic.
That could well be a statement of intent in the race for the title.
Hearts were given the big build-up, but Celtic put them to the sword with a comfortable 4-0 victory. Anthony Stokes and Paddy McCourt with the best of the goals. Rangers headed along the M8 eastbound to visit Hibs.
Free kick taken by Weiss. And Bugera. Oh, it had sting. It's a cracking goal. Majid Bugera. Well, scant evidence that a goal was going to come, but it has arrived through Majid Bugera.
A bit similar to the game here against Celtic, where they huffed and puffed and Hibs sort of stood a little bit resolute. Then they've got this opening goal and we'll see what happens. But they get all round here David Weir. 3 defenders get attracted to David Weir, and all he does, Bugera, he just holds his ground, pulls himself over a little bit to that back post there, saying, okay, you know, if it gets flicked down into this area, then I'm here. Nobody's near him. I know, and saying all that for a centre half, that's an excellent strike right into the corner.
Weiss, and he had Dicko for company. Hanlon. And Towell, risky ball. Jelavic, it has to be. Nikita Jelavic celebrates his return to the Rangers starting 11. But Richie Towell, in his Hibs debut, will want to hang his head in shame.
Well, there's quite a few Hibs fans making for the exit across on the opposite stand from us, and well, as a manager you can do nothing about this, and you always feel sorry for youngsters that come into your club. He's on loan, making mistakes, and mistakes are part of this game. It happens week in, week out, but, and I did say earlier, Derek, it is not an evening with a pitch like this for making 50-50 decisions in terms of pass backs to your goalkeeper. In saying that, Jelavic was alert, aware, he anticipated it, he got on the end of it brilliantly.
So at the end of January, the SPL table looked like this. Celtic 5 points clear, having played 2 more games than Rangers. Hearts a further 2 behind and 15 ahead of Kilmarnock in 4th. Hamilton and Hibs were in trouble at the bottom. Coming up next in our look back at the season, Celtic turn on the style in their bid for the title. And Nikita Jelavic proves there's life after Kenny Miller. Welcome back to our Clydesdale Bank Premier League season review. Days before this Pittodrie meeting, Neil Lennon's Celtic had beaten Craig Brown's Aberdeen 4-1 in the League Cup semi-final at Hampden. The Parkhead club weren't troubled on this occasion either.
The Dons playing towards the King Street end of Pittodrie in the first half. Possibilities for Celtic. Right at the outset, Scott Brown making his way through.
Penalty.
And to be a penalty.
Yeah.
And it is. Inside 60 seconds.
The penalties for the first offence, Derek. The penalties when he gets inside Considine, there's a little tug on the arm. Now, lovely play from Hooper. There, just there. Now, once there's no advantage gained, there's none, and there a penalty for the trip as well, second time. But he's given it for this little tug here. Just there. Little tug back, and then just for good measure, there's a trip as well. Brilliant play.
And a red card to make matters worse. Alan Muir deciding that it was an attempt to deny a goal-scoring opportunity, and Andrew Considine given his marching orders. The Aberdeen players are beside themselves.
Well, I think it was definitely a penalty. Now, is there a player getting across here to deny an obvious goal-scoring opportunity? Well, I think the answer probably is no, because there's no doubt if the little tug's not there in the shirt, he's going to have a free strike at goal. Well, that's a nightmare, isn't it, for Craig Brown? And what a great chance for Celtic.
Anthony Stokes has scored 5 goals in 3 matches against Aberdeen already this season. Jamie Langfield waits. And Stokes! What a save by Langfield!
Well, he just guesses the right way. I mean, sometimes for keepers, it's just luck. But he does brilliantly. Absolutely brilliant. It's not a great penalty, but it never is when the keeper goes the correct way most of the time.
Celtic, right through here, it had to be the opening goal, and it is. And Gary Hooper finds himself inside the Aberdeen penalty area, and he doesn't miss from there. One of the targets for Chris Commons. Yeah! Well, that might make absolutely sure. Mark Wilson, of all people. Hooper up inside the area, Stokes there too. 3, and Anthony Stokes atones for his failure earlier to score from the spot.
The following night, Kyle Lafferty got the only goal at Ibrox as Rangers remained hot on Celtic's trail. Having missed 3 months of the season through injury, Rangers Croatian striker Nikica Jelavic was back and firing on all cylinders. Motherwell found that out to their cost when Jelavic grabbed a hat-trick as ex-Gers man Stuart McCall's team were hit for 6. 24 hours later, Celtic returned to what they might have viewed as the scene of the crime.
Hooper! It is a penalty for Celtic!
Oh, he's changed his mind.
Well, this is extraordinary, and it looks like it won't be a penalty after all, and Neil Lennon is raging.
It was a more straightforward victory this time round at Tannadice.
Winning that battle with good willing. And away goes Celtic again here. Anthony Stokes. And it's come off Gary Kenneth, and it's gone in. And Celtic have the lead at Tannadice. Well, Kenneth could do nothing about that. Getting in the way. Stokes will doubtless want to claim it.
Well, I suppose they're all saying you make your own luck, but the one thing that they did do there, Dundee United, they gave it away. That sloppily in midfield, I think it was Scott Robertson that gave it away in there. Then he's backed up into the box, they've got a problem. Perlis is getting there, it's not Stokes' greatest strike by a million miles, he'll know that. But in a race for a championship, in a tight race for a title, you take them how you get them. And Celtic certainly there on that occasion. On this occasion, they've got a huge, huge slice of luck.
Wilson. There's Hooper. Scott Brown. And it's gone in again! Second goal for Celtic. And Mark Wilson, who it seemed couldn't find the nets for the hoops, has done so twice now in the space of 12 days. There's going to be a yellow card for the excessive nature of the celebration, but Celtic are 2 goals to the good.
Well, he couldn't score a goal for Toffee, Mark Wilson, and that's no criticism. He's a defender and he's having a particularly good time at the moment. I said that earlier. He actually starts it off, him and Brown. I mean, it's not great defending earlier from Dixon, who missed an opportunity to clear it, and that's his second deflection for the second goal. Good ball back from Scott Brown, really good ball. It comes off Dillon this time, the other centre-half, so that's two centre-halves with two deflections. But as I said earlier, you take it, and the build-up play was excellent.
Here is Conway with it. And oh, it's Forster with that instinctive save, and it's driven in! Good way! Hauls Dundee United back into the contest.
Well, I mean, it's a great ball in, but I mean, I said to 5 minutes ago, is there something about that 6-yard box at that end? Because, I mean, again, takes another wicked deflection here. It's not dealt with initially, takes it the deflection. I think the keeper gets a save on it here. Comes off by Storovic's head. No, it's not. Anyway, Goodwillie makes the finish, and game on again.
The forward Dundee United player! Well, there it is, Majstorovic throwing himself at the ball. He's come close on a couple of occasions in this match, but this time he makes it count, and it might just put the seal on another victory for Celtic.
Someone with the ball in from Charlie Mulgrew here. He's onside, Miles onside, gets away from his marker, and I think it's David Robertson that's picking him up. It's supposed to be picking him up in there, but anyway, you know, there's a couple of occasions in this game Majstorovic is one-headers from set pieces.
Scott Brown and El Hadj Diouf had scores to settle after a recent Old Firm Cup tie, as the two came head-to-head at Celtic Park. Brown's controversial celebration in the face of Diouf was to be replicated by the fans in the stands as Celtic cruised to victory.
Chris Commons, though, could make something happen now. Hooper skips past Weir. Gary Hooper! Born to score goals! Celtic strike first, and we have another early Old Firm goal to get us going.
Intelligent ball in from Commons, who as always has got his header. Watch this touch here. Just to wrong through David Weir. And that gave him time to open his body and open his right foot. But it's a wonderful first touch. One more to steady himself and another to finish. And that is a wonderful striker's goal.
Jelovic, Samaras. Izagirre is to his left if he can put him in here, and he's onside. Izagirre, Hooper! He's only gone and scored again! They call this place paradise, and it certainly feels like that now!
Well, it's a terrific finish, but he should dedicate this to Izagirre, the left back. Now watch his run after this. Look at the ground he covers. Is he onside? He's onside. Now he has to find the final ball, and how good was that? That is wonderful play from the fullback. And Gary Hooper at full stretch only needed one touch. Wonderful piece of counter-attacking football. And Izagirre, well, words just can't describe that kind of contribution. To win it, to run 60 yards and provide that type of ball, fabulous football.
Brown, Wilson, Hooper, Commons, Chris Commons, 3-0! Celtic are loving it, absolutely loving it. He scored on his Celtic debut, he scored on his Old Firm debut, and now on his home debut.
Well, he did brilliantly to lose Bruguera, who's well-positioned goal side. But I just wonder how much this moves, because it looked pretty easy for Alan McGregor. When Commons pulls the trigger here, that's brilliantly to lose Bruguera. Well, we'll get a better idea of it from this angle. Yeah, took a late move, but even then, it's not a shot you'd normally expect to see beat Alan McGregor. Alan McGregor moving onto his right side and caught out hopelessly. And Chris Commons, on his weaker foot, has just about put Celtic out of sight here.
But Celtic failed to build on that vital win. They slipped up at Fir Park in their next game on a rotted playing surface.
Mulgrew has to be wary, and Forster hasn't come for this, and Sutton spectacular start for Motherwell this! Another error from Mulgrew! And Celtic are behind on 2 minutes! Izagirre. Ledley. He's got away from Haitley. Hooper now. Commons. Scott Brown. And Randolph reacts. They scored 2 minutes into the first half. How about doing the same again? Hutchinson nearly did. Off the bar from Hutchinson, but he's won it back here. Mulgrew having to poke it away. Motherwell almost doubled their lead against Celtic. Haitley. Oh, that could be a penalty. It is! A penalty for Motherwell! An extraordinary start to the second half. Lansley brought down.
Well, I don't think the referee gives this one. He looks at his linesman and he waits for the shout. He gives the penalty, runs behind the goal, and Hugh Norris agrees with him.
A massive kick. Sutton scores! Brilliant penalty! What a turn-up! What a shock! This is one surprising scoreline! Motherwell 2, Celtic 0.
Look at it. Shapes to go one way, sweeps it away to the other. High into the top corner. No goalkeeper is going to save that.
Rangers clawed back 3 points at home to St Johnstone later in the day. Kyle Lafferty and Sasha Papach amongst the scorers. Prior to this game at home to Hamilton, Neil Lennon was sent what were believed at the time to be Hook's bombs through the post. Former captain and manager Billy McNeill and the Celtic faithful were keen to show their support. It was Lennon's first match on the stand as he began a 4-game touchline ban. Chris Commons netted the game's only goals. The Scotland midfielder proved to be a phenomenal January transfer window signing for Celtic. Many thought he was on his way to the other side of Glasgow. He was keen to rebuff those suggestions when he spoke to ESPN.
There's not many opportunities you get to play for such a historic club, and for me, there was no ifs or buts, no second thoughts. As soon as I knew Celtic had put a bid in for me and wanted to buy me, then I couldn't go up here fast enough.
You seemed quite irked by the suggestions in last week's press conference that you were on the verge of a move to Rangers. Was that never the case for you?
Well, I spoke to the press before, and other people evolving around what whispers were going around, and I do believe that they did put a bid in for me. I got pulled in the chairman's office after training on the Wednesday, I think, and he basically said we've accepted an offer from Celtic, and that was the last I'd heard from the Rangers side of things, that they put a bid in. But like I said, it was all a bit of a whirlwind.
El Hadj Diouf was the January transfer loan signing who had created most of the headlines. But it was another lone Ranger they had to thank in Paisley.
Mayer. Higdon. Thompson. Van Zanten is arriving. Here he is. Van Zanten's cross. Difficult for McGregor.
Really good cross from Van Zanten. This one sails over the front post area and the middle, right to the back post. A dangerous one for McGregor, and he has to turn it past for a corner.
Another corner then for Kenny McLean, and it's kicked off the line and then put wide. Anxious moments as Lee Mayer threatens.
Well, I think Fleck does his job on the line here, holding on to the post. It comes at him quite a pace.
Davis goes for goal, and Gallagher has to react.
Yeah, he's done this before. Davis, really good effort.
Bugera might just run onto that. And Bartley! Rangers in front. And a couple of defenders involved in it all. It's Kyle Bartley's goal, though.
Well, this is all down to the movement. First of all, from Bugera into the box, and then lifting it into the danger area. And the timing of that run from Bartley is enough to fool these St Mirren defenders. And at the back post, all alone, just a header down. Gallagher has absolutely no chance.
Rangers followed that narrow win with another single-goal victory at home to Kilmarnock, courtesy of a late Tim Clancy own goal. Kilmarnock were gaining plenty of plaudits for the way they were playing. Two Finns, manager Miksu Patalainen and midfielder Alexei Eremenko, were at the heart of it all. At the end of March, Miksu left to take over the Finnish national team, with his number 2, Kenny Shields, taking temporary charge. So at the end of March, Celtic led Rangers by 2 points. The Ibrox club had a game in hand. Hamilton were being cut adrift at the bottom. Coming up in our penultimate part of the Clydesdale Bank season review, the Old Firm meet for the 7th and last time in all competitions. Craig Brown falls out with his old boss, and St Mirren all but condemn Accies.